When you're creating new campaigns on Google Ads, it's really important to understand the difference between the different networks that you can run ads on. So when we're creating this campaign here, we get to this step, we can see it says select a campaign type. So we can choose search, performance max, display, shopping, video, discovery, etc. For the purpose of this video, the two that we're mainly going to focus on are the search and the display. Now, a search campaign is going to be on the search network, which is, when you do a search on Google and you see ads at the very top of Google, this is the search network. Now, there's actually two different aspects of the search network. There's the Google-owned search network, so this is the portion of the search network which is actually Google. But Google also has partners where they allow people to put like a search engine on their site and show ads and stuff. So you have to be a little bit careful, but when we're talking about the search network, it's all going to be based on a search, whereas the display network is just going to be these banner ads or even text ads that you see on websites where you're just going around and browsing, right? And typically it's best to separate these two types of campaigns so you can keep your data separate and understand the performance of your display campaigns versus your search campaigns. And the reason I say that is because after you go through and create a new campaign, there is an option where you can also enable the search partner network and the display network. Or I guess I should say you can include the search partners into the search network, or you can just use Google search. So it says here that there's other Google sites that people search for terms that are relevant to your keywords where it can appear. I've found that this typically does not work very well because it's not showing your ads here at the top of Google. And that's typically where people want their ads to show when they're running a search ad, right? So just note that you can come into your campaign, come over here to settings, and then go to the networks and make sure both of these are unchecked. This will shut off the partner sites. This will shut off the display network. If you have these enabled, they'll tend to eat up a lot of your budget, and then your ads aren't showing up here where you really want them to be showing, and you're not going to get the type of results you want to get. So that's the difference between, well, I should say that's the thing you should watch out for when you're setting up a search campaign, because it does allow you to display your ads through the display network and search partner sites, which I typically like to avoid. But when you go through, you could set up a display campaign separately, and you can see here it's like 3 million sites and different apps and stuff. You just have to be a little careful because sometimes it'll have your ads showing up on mobile apps, on like kids games, where kids are like playing games and clicking on stuff and clicking on your ads when you don't, you're not really getting anything. But it's important to note that these two different types of ads, these different networks, are going to perform quite differently, because a search campaign is very intent driven. Like, somebody's only going to search for an iPhone case if they're interested in buying an iPhone case, right? They want to learn more about what the options are and they want to consider making a purchase. So we typically do a search when we have some sort of a pain point or an emergency or a problem that we're trying to solve. And so the quality of this traffic is really high, but that also means the cost tends to be a little higher. So to have your ad show up here and get clicks is going to cost you a little bit more per click, maybe considerably more, than to have your ad show up here and get a click. The reason is because when somebody's on ESPN or any other website where there's display ads, they're trying to look at the news or read articles or whatever they're doing, right? And then all of a sudden they see this display ad like, oh, Hulu is only $49 for 3 months. I've actually been wanting to sign up for Hulu. I should get on this, right? And then they go here and they buy Hulu, as an example. Now, they're not really intending to buy Hulu when they come here and click on the display ad. Because of that, you tend to have to show display ads to people multiple times, over and over and over and over and over and over and over, to set that message into their mind and finally have them realize that this is what they want to buy from you, that they actually want to buy from you. So a search campaign is not necessarily going to be that way. Oftentimes it's just a one-touch thing. Somebody does a search for an iPhone case, they see your product, and they buy it, right? So you just need to take into consideration the investment into each, because the quality of the traffic from these ads is typically going to be higher than the quality of the traffic from display ads, but it's also going to cost a bit more, right? So it all will come down to your return on ad spend most likely in the end, but just very important to note the differences there. That's pretty much it in terms of the basic differences between the Google search ads and the search network versus the display ads on the display network. I hope this was helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comments section below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there.
Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here. And really just see that, this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and we'll look forward to working with you.